I would say that we got the fertilizer on in time. Look how much rain we're getting. The weed will hold it because it's not running off of that, but look at the rain. We got done just in time with the wheat. It is wet. Good morning. So, we got 2 inches of rain the other day. And now it is raining now. So, they're calling for it to rain for 4 or 5 more days. So we're gonna, I think they're calling for up to 4 inches. So, beans won't be able to do anything. I decided to get the lawnmower in here and service it, put new blades on it, just go over it and get it ready for, we cut a lot of grass on the farm and other houses that we have. So it's time to get her ready. And because we've had some warm days and with this rain, it has caused the grass like to be clumpy in spots. Like certain spots are growing outrageous. So we're gonna have to start cutting a little early this year, it seems like. So I'm gonna go ahead and get her serviced and get everything done on her, get her ready. And that's the project for today. It's supposed to rain all week. I gotta get my tool pickup in here. She needs brakes on her. So I'm gonna go ahead and probably do that this week too. So just little odds and ends stuff, being we can't really do anything at all. And then it's going to take another week or 2 for everything to dry out before we can actually get spreading or doing anything. So there's going to be a lot of downtime here soon. So I'm going to just do some odds and ends. This has got to be the slowest oil drain in the world. I even started it up and let it run for a little while to get the oil heated up. So everything's done. I got to change the blades, but I got to wait until I get the oil in her, then I'll pick her up and do the blades on it. But got everything else changed and just, I mean, this is going on like 30 minutes now. It's still draining. Really slow. It's a good thing I don't have anything else to do. Good morning. It is Sunday. We got back from North Carolina yesterday. Today I am getting the spreaders out. I got one here. I got to fix a seal on one of the spinners. Should be pretty simple. And then, you got to back up further. That one right there should be in good shape. So it's just something I'm just tinkling on a Sunday. We had massive amounts of rain, and we're probably not going to really be able to get on the field for quite some time, but in the downtime, I am going to get all this stuff hooked up, get it ready, so the second we can get on the field, I had it perfect, but it was too low. So now I gotta back up, pull up, back up, pull up. It's just me today. Probably too far this time. So wiggle it back a little bit. Here. That's how we solve problems around here. Get an old hammer. Every farmer knows that. So, we crank her down. Put her in the shop, probably fix it tomorrow. Well, I gotta take my brother tomorrow. Probably fix it the next day. Here, let me set you up here. Somewhere. I can't really set you there. Let me set you. I just need to set you for a second. Hopefully you stay. It's rather windy out here today. Which that's good because it'll dry everything out quicker. But we need some heat. We need some heat and some dry weather to really get so we can get in the field. I think we're gonna have 3 or 4 days of dry weather, windy. Hopefully it'll help dry out. I did do all the weed here except for this field. It's way too wet. A couple bottoms in the back. This field over here, you can see it. I did the whole wheat field fertilizer on the wheat, but that corner, I kind of had to go on an angle around that corner because it's really wet right there, and it's wet on this bottom, but I didn't do that side. I need to dig a little ditch out, a little trench to help that water drain. We did major ditching on this farm and kind of clayish ground in the front side, and it is so hard to get the water to seep in. It really needs tiling, but it really needs something on this field and some of these bottom spots. When you rip it, it seems like it works pretty good for a year or two, but then the ground just tightens back up again. But it is what it is, so can't really do much about it till you get tons of money, because everything costs tons of money nowadays. So I'll get this up here. You can see me drop it in the shop. See. Well, it is flooded in Snow Hill, and I'm getting ready to show you. Here's our park flooded. You can see the river has come up all the way in the park, and the river has come all the way up over there. There's the river there. It is right at the edge of the banks here, but it's starting to flood up here in town. Now when this gets high tide, this will probably be, I don't know, 3 feet. It's all over the place here. It's gonna be twice as bad when the tide comes in. It's flooding our local sub shop. They're completely done. They'll be worse tonight. Well, it is flooded in Snow Hill, and I'm getting ready to show you. Here's our park flooded. You can see the river has come up all the way in the park, and the river has come all the way up over there. There's the river there. It is right at the edge of the banks here, but it's starting to flood up here in town. Now when this gets high tide, this will probably be, I don't know, 3 feet. It's all over the place here. It's gonna be twice as bad when the tide comes in. It's flooding our local sub shop. They're completely done. They'll be worse tonight. Gotta love manure spreaders. Good morning. It's not as cold as it appears to be. It's probably in the 50s. It's supposed to be up to almost 70 today. So I am taking the antifreeze. I'm de-winterizing the sprayer. It's the middle of March. We got a bunch of manure to spread, and I'm going to get her filled up, get her all cleaned out, and then I wanted to get on wheat before, but I think it's going to be a little bit too wet to get on some wheat. So some of our ground that we're going to spread manure on is high ground, and we had 40 plus mile-an-hour winds for 2 days after the rain, and actually dried it out pretty good. So I'm going to hit those fields, kill all the weeds, grass, and everything. And then we're going to spread manure on them, and it's time to start getting stuff ready. It'll be here before you know it. So going to get her de-winterized, fill up with fuel, and we're going to get rolling today. We do got to fix the wind, damaged some of our tent on top of our workshop. So we're going to get on the loader and get that fixed first, and then we're going to roll with the farming stuff. So that's the plan for today. So you'll see some of it. We're probably going to start kind of rolling. I got the second spreader out. We're going to go through her, make sure everything's all right with her, and get with it. On top of the shop, wind tore up one of those over there. So we're in the process of screwing it down, and plus we brought a lot of blocks up here just to put on top so we don't have to keep dealing with this mess. So, but this is what it looks like on top of one of our buildings. The problem with this shop is it's got a little bit of a, you know, I guess a pitch roof, but it's not very much at all. We actually had another roof laid on top of it. I wish we had a roof like that one over there. Then we wouldn't have these issues. But it is what it is. This shop right here is probably 50 years old. So I don't even know what they built back then. But we're gonna get this fixed and then get to doing other stuff. Filling her up to get her cleaned out. Got my painted wheels. Alright, I'm out here with the sprayer, just running water through her. Get her all cleared out. I went and checked all the nozzles, everyone else good except for number 13 on the other side. The back of the nozzle itself, the nozzle body is kind of ate out. And these nozzles, they last about 2-3 years. And then you got to start, you replace one here and there. And then you have a couple more go out throughout the season. Eventually you end up changing them all about every, I'd say 2, 3, 4 years. Some of them last better than other ones. It seems like, well, right now I only have one. But I don't have any, so I got to get some more. But just to have one is really nice after having it away in wintertime. So normally I got 2 or 3 of them that the O-rings just get ate out. No matter how good you clean them or what you do, nitrogen when you run it through them, it'll eat it away a little bit. Even Roundup and stuff, if it sits in there, even after you clean it out, just that residue on the back side of that O-ring, it just eats it out eventually. They only last so long. So I only have to get one. It's kind of windy. Let's see if we're going to spread manure tomorrow. If I am, I'm going to spray these 2 fields probably tomorrow and then spread manure over them. I don't like spread manure on cereal like that because it just gets that grass and wheat and everything else. The cover crop just turns it loose, and then it's hard to handle after the fact. So I like to spray it and kill everything, and then go ahead and do it. Spread manure on there. So it's a fraction early, but we got so much to do. We don't have so much manure to do so many fields, so it's not going to really be a factor anyway. But I don't want it to, all the green grass and everything else that's in them fields to use up the manure, what's in my manure. So then we can get the Turbomax out and just work it in once all it dies, and we'll just work it in there. So, but right now, just getting her all ready. It's good to be on a piece of equipment the first time this year, of our equipment, kind of getting things going. So, my brother, he's hooking his tractor up to his spreader. I get this going. I got to hook up, get mine out and hooked up. So, getting kind of ready. I mean, it's, I think 65 today. Tomorrow they're going for 73. So, it'll be sweet. Let's hope it stays warm. Good morning, it is a Friday. We are going to start spreading some manure. First day of manure, dried up enough we can actually get on some fields around here. We had 6.5 inches of rain. So it's finally dried up. We can get on some fields. There's some fields we still can't get on. I do got a lot of wheat that I got to spray. Probably starting next week. Hopefully I can get that knocked out before we get, then they're calling for like 5 more days of rain. It's ridiculous. When we get our corn going, we won't have all this rain that we need. It's all coming now, but You gotta take the good with the bad. So my brother will be up here anytime to get his. We'll get ready to jump in mine. So you'll be seeing that. Oh, I am stuck in the loader. My brother, he's spreading. We don't have but that right there to spread. So I was on my spreader, and the pump that we thought we fixed is still leaking. And being that we only have this little teeny bit to spread, that's all the manure that we're going to use. We're not going to, I think the pumps are $1,000. Last year they were $1,000 a year for that. With inflation and whoever knows what the excuse is, I'm sure it's went up substantial. So what we're going to do is park that one, because we're not going to use her this year. Instead of spending $1,000 for 30 acres of manure, we're going to just use that one. I would never own, if I'm anybody out there listening, never buy a hydraulic spreader that runs on hydraulics. That other one my brother has is a PTO driven spreader, and we never had problems with it, ever. That thing runs smooth all the time. That hydraulic one with the hydraulic spinners, we have problems with that thing 24/7 every year, and it's just, I would never ever own another hydraulic spreader ever in my life. Maybe other people's is different, but that one, nope, not gonna do it. Never. So anyway, not much of a video this week. I do have something coming next week that y'all will see, but this week it's just, I ain't really video much. Me and Miss Eastern Shore Farmer took a trip down to North Carolina to check something out, and we never really videoed that much and haven't been videoing much now. But I'm going to start putting nitrogen on wheat and everything, so you'll start seeing that. I'll try to get my brother out here every now and then spreading. So other than that, we're just getting going. I mean, we had, like I said, 6.5 inches of rain. It's starting to dry up now, so we can get on some fields, but it's going to be a slow process. So, but it's starting. It's just going to be slow. So like, subscribe, share. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up. You know, I guess the algorithm, give it a thumbs up. More people can see it. So see you later. Finished cleaning up the poop today.